So you want to mix vocals, and you probably want to know how to make your vocals sound from this. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. To this. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. With as few steps as possible, then you're in the right place. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to polish your skills, I've got some essential tricks to make your vocals sound crisp and professional. So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right in. Alright, so step 1, cleaning up the vocal track. First, start off with an EQ. You can use any plugin you want. You can even use the default parametric EQ2 that FL Studio gives you. And whether or not you want to mix some vocals for professional use, or for a song, or for a rapper, etc., it's usually a great idea to slightly boost the high ends and the low ends to make your vocals sound crispier and cleaner. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Just make sure not to overdo it, as this can make your vocals sound too harsh. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Depending on the microphone you're using, there could be some frequencies that are just too harsh to listen to, and some of these frequencies are not too obvious. They can easily deceive you into thinking that you've got some clean vocals when you clearly don't. To spot these odd frequencies often found in the mids, you can use the FabFilter Pro Q3 plugin that automatically detects these harsh frequencies and allows you to minimize them. If you don't have this plugin or you just don't want to use this, you can simply use the rule of thumb and just slightly dampen the lower mids. What this does is that it gives more depth to your voice and frees up the rest of the track, making your voice easier to fit around other sounds and easier to listen to. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now let's talk about compression. This will help control the dynamics of the vocal. Start with a ratio of about 3:1. Set your threshold so that the compressor kicks in on the louder parts. Adjust the track to be relatively fast, around 5 to 10 milliseconds. And a slower release, about 50 to 100 milliseconds, to let the vocal breathe. This creates a balanced, polished sound that just helps to have an overall better sounding vocal than what you had originally. No matter the microphone you're using or the type of vocal you're editing, compression will always help you achieve a better and cleaner sound. Next, we'll need to take care of those harsh, high consonants whenever you're speaking, especially on the S's. That's why the plugin we're going to use is called a de-esser. Whichever plugin you choose to use, a de-esser is basically a plugin that just minimizes those harsh top frequencies. I personally enjoy using the FabFilter Pro DS. Set the range to about 8.5 decibels and play with the threshold until you find that your vocals are no longer too crisp to listen to, and that's usually around 22 to 25 decibels. This depends a lot on the type of microphone you're using, whether you're using a condenser mic or not, whether or not you have acoustic panels in your room, and the type of vocals that you're mixing, because on some rap songs you might want to have that S-ing noise a bit more audible. Finally, let's add some final touches. First, you'll need to make sure that all of your vocals are leveled, which means basically that the vocal sits at a medium level throughout the whole recording without having any major differences in sound level and balance. You can use the limiter to adjust the maximum number of decibels you want your vocals to reach. Anything over that limit will get cut out depending on the type of limiter you're using. Next, you want to make sure that the whole mix isn't too crowded, especially if you have music playing in the background. This more so applies to a professional vocal recording setting rather than rapping and singing, where you would obviously have some music going on in the background, which is the instrumental. But if you want to use your vocals in the same way that I'm doing when making this video, you'll need to make sure to pay attention to all of these details. And last but not least, you need to make sure to cut out every crackling noise or any extra noise that just sits in the background, especially if you leave space between your recordings. This usually happens at the beginning or the end of the recording, but can happen anywhere you leave a blank space. Make sure to get rid of these, as they can simply ruin your vocals and make you sound unprofessional. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. If your microphone picks up a lot of crackling or it just picks up a lot of noise in the background, this is especially true for condenser mics. You can use an AI solution for this. It's called a decrackler. You can use the ones from RX9 even though they cost a hefty price. You can just find them for free. The reason I'm recommending their tools is because they actually do what they promise to do, and they have a variety of control options. They're of course pretty resource demanding, especially on the higher settings since they need to operate lively on your vocals, but I think it's an overall good investment, especially if you have a lower quality mic. And the last tip I have for you for whenever you're trying to record professional vocals is of course to minimize the background noise you have in your room or wherever you're recording. Placing your microphone in a place in your room that doesn't have much echo also helps a lot, and make sure that your microphone doesn't pick up any static noises like the fans of your computer or anything else that just sits in your room and makes noise. With that being said, I think you're all ready to record your professional vocals, whether it's for podcasts or for a YouTube video. And until next time, peace.